Hey everybody, it's your friend Sarmate here, back with another episode of Settlement Survival. I hope you're having a fantastic and amazing day today. We are doing a little bit better than the end of the last episode. We're covering a little bit more. We were having a good amount of laborers. People are growing up, finishing school, and we haven't... I even passed on the last batch of immigrants. I just wanted to keep what we had going. We're doing all right with how many we had, laborers wise. We just let it go. I did do a little bit of updating in between episodes. I took 2 of these fields out. We swapped into agave plantations. I did notice, and somebody did comment, that our distilleries were getting in trouble a little bit there. So we did updo that a little bit, so we should have some more agave coming in here. Thinking about even upgrading these ones as well. Got another rice plantation over here, and we got 2 more working up here. Put in another nursery to try and help with our medicinal issues. Still not really that great. I did put in 2 more cactus workshops at 4 workers each, making us cactus cuts. Hopefully we have enough cactuses coming in to support all of that. It's quite a bit. And we do have these guys down here too. And then down over on this end of town, I put in a couple more forest farms, and then I put in a lot more forest farms right here. We just can't really get anywhere with the forest farms right now. We're just, the timbers isn't coming in. We've been cutting off huge hunks of land. Look at this. I took more out down here. I've taken out a bunch up here. It's all naked up over here. There's just, it's not cutting it. So I'm just trying to put some more trees in. And then once we get a good solid timber income happening, I think I'm gonna get rid of a lot of this little area here. It's okay, but I think we could make better use of that space. So that's what I'm thinking we're gonna do. But before any of that, I think we're going to get into a little bit more of some fish action. So we're talking about getting into this, I think it was last episode. We now have the ability to get the fish pond, so we're gonna grab that, and we can even get the fishing port. So we got planks, steel, and rope. We might not have the steel in reserve. We've kind of been hurting on that a little bit. We could talk about that too in a moment. But let's get this stuff planted in. If we do want to do a bridge over here, I think we'll do it along the rock here. So we'll do like in here, and we can put in our fishing port right there. And I'm gonna put this other one a little bit down the way. This one should work. Oh, I was hoping, yeah, should work right there. Great. And okay, so that's 2. We don't have the steel, so there's no point in really going any more crazy with it. I'll probably put a couple more. I'll do another one up here, maybe. Probably another one up there eventually as well. But that stuff is gonna get us silver. It's gonna get us some, I think it's lobster, yep, and blubber. So a bunch of good things from those. Fish ponds. These guys are like these fishing docks, except, you know, a little bit better. So we'll get some of these fish ponds going. I'll show you these guys. They're pretty good. They're good to have around for sure. You can put, I think it's up to 4 people on there if I remember correctly. It's a good amount of people, and they do a lot of work. So we're gonna go like this. We're gonna do a bunch of those guys. They're pretty good. And we'll go down here with a little road guy and like that. Okay, so those are gonna be built up in a minute. But in the meantime, we have, you know, I seem to remember like these pigs being like over us almost 1,000. But these guys are still pretty good, 500 apiece. But it's just still not good enough. So that's one reason why I want to get in the fishing stuff. Our plums are doing all right. They're still getting about, it's about 400, about 500, somewhere in there per season. And I just kind of gonna start sprinkling in some more plantation stuff around, trying to spread out a little bit more. I kind of concentrated this like I used to do in our previous playthroughs, and I wanted to stay away from that a little bit more, but I kind of fell into it again after playing at the Eastern Island. So we're gonna try and not do that so much, spread out a little bit more. We have a bunch of people who want new houses, so I gotta think about another spot to start building another marketplace. Maybe we go up over in here and we kind of connect these 2 spots with another area. Thinking about that. We are hurting a little bit on iron ore, so we have, you know, this mine's operating. We have the one up here, and when I had laborers, I put a couple more people back. So this is our iron production. I wanted to have coal coming in and iron coming in so that we can make some steel going on, but it hasn't kept up very well. I've been trying to upgrade these, but we need steel and we need planks to upgrade. So it's kind of slow going. We just really need to commit, I think, a little bit more people into both the coal mine industry and the iron mining industries. and we could do that. We do have a couple extra people, so let's go ahead and do that. We'll do a couple more people into coal, and we'll do a couple more people into iron. We should be okay to do that. This guy's a senior mine. This is also a senior mine, so pretty good to have around for now. They're not infinite, but they're better than what they are previously. Get some more trees going in here. And let's see, how are we doing on our builds? Looks like we are a little bit short of some cut stone. That's this guy right here. We should have enough quarry rock coming in. It looks like we need another worker there. So we'll get another guy working there. And then we got, where do we even have our quarry? Oh yeah, it was our mountain quarry right here. Looks like we had somebody die in there, so we lost one of our workers. So we'll just leave it at that for now. You can see we still have a lot of snowflakes running around. Because of the lack of timber, we haven't had a lot of domestic fuels. So we did have a ship that came past, and I did spend some of our porcelain, it was more than 56, on some domestic fuels. But as you can see, it's all used up. So yeah, it helped out a little bit, but didn't really do much for us, unfortunately. And then back over here, we had to turn these all off because we ran out of people. This is all up and working again. Got our pork, we got our salted meat, and we got our soap from the fat from the butcher. I might even put in another worker there. And that's all reflected in the 2 yellow hearts that we have there. So that's great. Going well this way. We have our sand pits all working. I have 3 of them making clay, and 1 of them's getting sand. Sand isn't seem to be as used as often as clay is, so that's why we have 3 to 1. We could even put in another person maybe, but looks like we're low laborers, probably because people are freezing to death. Yep, look at that. Okay, so we aren't going to use any more laborers. We're going to stick at 8, and hopefully we'll get some more people that are graduating from school, and we'll be good to go, and we won't run out again. It's nice that we haven't had to worry about that for a couple of seasons now, but it looks like it's coming back because we are having too many people, too cold. It's that hurting on that timber. So we're just gonna need to have some more forest farms going on, I guess, and keep working on that. I think that this 6 group of the ones that I have down here will be pretty nice to have once they get operating, but it's gonna take a moment. As you can see, we're really low on clay. Working on it. That's why I showed you up there that we are working on getting clay, but it's still taking a moment to get here. Let's see. Okay, so this fish pond is nearly complete. So once this guy is done, I'm going to shift out some people on our fishing docks, and I'm going to put them into the fish pond. This fish pond also is going to be just like the docks where it's continually getting us fish. It's not a seasonal thing like the farms are. Speaking of the farms, mayhap, well, it's January already. Should have done it earlier. Mayhap take these farms out of here and replace them with plantations. It's kind of what I was thinking. But speaking of the plantation, let's check our agave stock. 75, that is not gonna be enough for the whole season, or whole year, I guess. So we are going to have to get another agave farm going, it looks like. We have the 3 here. Oh, I thought I only had 2. Okay, so we're gonna need even more. We have an agave up here as well. Yep, so this guy's working. Looks like we could use another worker. Not gonna put him in there yet. We do have this distillery working as well, trying to provide a little bit more local spirits for these guys up here and not have to import them from all the way down over here. I just was thinking for efficiency's sake, let's do that. I could probably do another little agave farm down over here too, and its own distilleries. Just kind of reflect that down here as well. Ooh, it looks like our clothing is taking a hit. So I thought I had this figured out a little bit more. So we might need to get a little bit more into linens and start using linens specifically instead of like our animal goods, because it seems to be a little bit more sustainable. I can go back and forth between leather and alpaca wool, and it's okay, but it doesn't seem to keep up enough with how much demand we have for it. So I think we're gonna go with, oh, I can make agave into rough clothes. I forgot about that. We got that from Carlos. So yeah, I think we'll just go textile for now. Probably need to make some more flax as well. So I think in this little area, I think that would be good if we did another little area over here, marketplace, like so. That's gonna help us with the housing need that we have, and I think we're gonna do a bunch of farms over here as well. But yeah, we got the farms right up here. Maybe that isn't what we want to do. Maybe we want to go on this side, and we'll just connect with a little bridge here and connect it over here. This could work too. and then we'll have more food production on this side of the world as well, and not all of it is going to be over on the west side. So there we go. Let's get this marketplace set up. I don't have the workers to really get it operating fully yet, but we can get it started, and we can have an idea of where we want to put more stuff. So I think that's what we'll do over there. And we had something to get completed, so it looks like most of our fishing ponds are doing great. They take 2 people a piece, so I'm gonna shift some people out of these docks so we have a couple extras. And I think I'll just leave 2 of them in there for now, and then we will plop these people in here like so. We probably don't need to take away as many people as I just did there, but yeah, we can always put more people back in if we need to. And we need some extra people for when we get these things built up, our fishing ports. I'm gonna make this one a priority, this one because of material's sake. We do have a bunch of reed fields working up here. Oh, it looks like I need more workers over here, so we'll put more people in there. And the reed fields are producing reeds, and that's going to go right to the knitting workshop that we have right here. It looks like we are low on reeds, so these 4 aren't keeping up with the demand that we have all over here, which kind of surprises me a little bit. We're making baskets as well. Again, not that many because we don't have a whole lot of reeds, so we'll just make sure that we got all of our people working in there. We'll get some more reeds coming in, and that's going to get our rope, and then those fishing things are going to get completed. It looks like my fuel factory over here isn't doing very well either. I didn't realize that I had that guy burning up timber, so I'm going to put both of those to coal. I know that one of them, that they don't have workers in them, but we're going to have some coal going over there eventually, so we'll get that happening once we get some more workers too. How are we doing on our stockpile? Still 0, so we're going to need to put some more people into coal and iron ore mining, even more so than we already have done. So we'll have to do that in a bit here. So June now, so we are getting a little bit low on food, which is expected. Our water has been doing really well, and we're still low on medicines, which is crazy. I thought that for sure we would have enough of those medicinal things going on, but apparently not on extreme. So really our clothes and our alcohols are what's really not doing great. So instead of destroying these fields over here, I think we just need to throw in some more and just focus on getting the agave built up. That's really what my issue is over here with the alcohol problem. Where's the best way to put this? Not a great spot at all over here. So we'll have to look around. I'll get a spot put in, and we'll get some more agave work. And it looks like I got a place, a cemetery too. Get that happening. All right. Yeah, and so if I want to do some more trading too. There's so many things that I want to get into, but I'm just kind of feeling a little stuck right now. I wanted to get into a higher rep with Carlos. Let's just take a peek at where we're at. Even rep level 2. So we knew that the rope goes into the research institutes now to help it instead of paper, and then the agave clothes made out of agave. And then level 3, we get the water nursery, which is pretty cool. Grow herbs and special crops in the field area, higher output than nursery, so that we could swap those out for our nurseries we currently have, or keep both. And it looks like we have 0 labor, so that's not great. We're gonna have to do some more shifting. I thought 30 would be good. Let's see what else we got here. Obsidian mine. Roads constructed with obsidian. Ooh, that's cool. That's really cool. Unlimited output. Raw product that produces an income process and tuning tools. Ooh, that would be cool too. And this is the outdoor cooking area. So kind of cool stuff. And then we'll look at the rest of the stuff later once we get to a little bit closer to tier 4. Not anywhere near there yet. But let's see. We got a couple more foresters here. We don't have enough workers there. I'm gonna put the 2 people into this forest farm because we need the timber so badly. And I think if we do that, we won't have as many laborers, but we'll start to fix the timber issue that we have going on, really. Clothes are another big issue. Again, still, we gotta get the flax, we gotta get that agave going in. So we were talking about doing our little area over here. It looks like this is built up. Marketplace is ready. So let's go ahead and we can start to do some of our normal things here. I just don't want to take away the resources from there, so we just don't want to use anything that takes rope. And I don't think the basic stuff here really takes rope. So we'll just get this built up and see what else we can get into here. Look at this. There's a flying saucer guy here. Let's see what it has to say. An unidentified flying object suddenly showed up in your town, hovering over your place and sending out mysterious waves. It seemed like saying hello to you. Will you respond or pretend not to see it? Say hello back for sure. They friendly greet you and teach you their planting technology. After they flew away, the yields from farm seemed to have increased. Great, that's exactly what we needed. Thank you, alien people. See you later. We have a couple things that we put in here. I put another plantation up north here. I'm thinking this one's going to be agave. We're gonna do agave up there, and then the flax are gonna be here. And then we're gonna put in another processor in this little area, and that's going to turn the flax into linen, and then we are going to use that to make more clothes. We just aren't keeping up with our clothing, so I think we kind of have to do this right now. I'm going to also put in a little warehouse right there so that they have some place to store the stuff. All right, there we go. And then this guy is going to come out of there because we kind of crowded it out. And then I was talking about replacing this stuff over here. So what I did is I pretty much copied that and put it over here. We have 2 forester huts got together, and we got an apiary. That's what's happening over that way. Still waiting on the rope for this. Taking quite a while to get that stuff happening. And then this, of course, getting built up a little bit over here. We got our builder hut. We got our police station over here now ready to roll. I'm gonna turn all this stuff off until we have housing over here. It doesn't make sense to have this stuff running and using it for laborers if we don't have any houses. We built a little bridge to go across to connect this little area. And our fishing thingy doodlers are doing all right. So let's just check this out. We have 2 people working in a fish pond. Last year, 270, and this guy, 170. So a little bit better in the fish pond in that instance. 245, way better in the dock than in the fish pond here. So, well, only 30. So it's pretty close. So not too bad. The when you have a fish dock like this that has 4 people in it, and then you use a fish pond that has 2, it's just better. It seems better to do that. So our food, it seems to be doing a little bit better. It's not great still with the new fish stuff that we implemented here, and then the couple more farms we threw in. And then once this stuff gets going, it's going to be great. We only need 2 more rope for the fishing port, so that should be done very, very shortly with all of our reed farms that we were just talking about over here, working hard. And these guys are getting built up, and then we're going to put in a bunch of little homes. I'm going to do rows of homes over here, and then we'll probably do a bunch up here as well. And I was thinking that we maybe even put a mine in this little spot here. It looks like it would fit nicely, and we'll do some of the coal mining, and we'll get that pulled out of there, and then we can use that coal mining for refined fuel. That's it. Use the fuel factories, pull the coal out for the fuel factories. All right, so we have 1 tech point, and it looks like we did fill out our agriculture tech points. I didn't even notice that we were all the way done with that already, so that's pretty cool. And now we can get into something else. And I'm kind of thinking about this thing, the boiler room. This is like an AoE, area of effect, domestic fuel thing that provides heat to the citizens so they don't need to warm themselves up in the house. I misread that a little bit, or I thought of another use for it. So what I had been doing was taking this boiler room and putting it like in the midst of an area that has houses, because it has a big radius that it influences. But what I just thought of is that, so that says it for people to warm up. If you put it like out here where we have a little bit more of a place to walk to get warm, it should be a spot for them to warm up and not have to go so far. So that could be really great. It looks like our steel is what the main issue is really with that. But I did want to also do the bridge building, kind of just a not really a super important thing, but it does look kind of neat. And I also think that furniture would be good. Once we get the timber figured out, then we could probably do furniture. Right now, I think it would be kind of dumb if I did that. But we could start doing the barbecue, little processing of our meats a little bit more. Logistics, I'm pretty happy with for now. But trade, let's see if we can do anything more with trade. Oh, the carving workshop would be really good to get into for trade, because you can sell all this stuff with iron, and we have a little iron. You can also do stone tools, or stone things, I think. Iron, timber, or gold, sand, and jade statues. Yeah, let's do that. Let's get the carving workshop. Like I said, I want to get the trade back up and running. I think it's treasure. So we are going to do this, I believe. Let's see where do we have a good source of iron. Would be this right over in here. So this will work not too bad if we sneak this guy in about right there. Should work. We're kind of far away from the dock and everything, but we'll just put that there for now. We'll see how that works out. And our fishing port is getting built up right now. That's great. We have a couple of more deaths, it looks like. We have 4 laborers though, so we're doing okay with that. Oh, and we have a term that is over. Ooh, tobacco seeds. That's also really great for trade. And then movement speed. So I'm gonna go with movement speed. That's gonna help with everything else, efficiency wise. So we're gonna do 10% movement speed. We can always get tobacco stuff somewhere else. So that's what we'll probably do. I'm gonna turn that off for now. Just like over here, I don't really have the laborers that I want to spare on this stuff quite yet. I want to make sure that we have all the other stuff going, but for like the first time in a while, we had over 10,000 food. So it's going much better. And then with the addition of these, we'll be sitting pretty, I think. And then we'll have to get this timber stuff figured out. So let's go ahead, and something just got built. So we're taking up, oh, it's this guy. Great. So fishing port, this guy's gonna send this stuff out. Produce fishing nets. Uh-oh, did I screw that up? Fishing nets. Yeah, I think I did. So I did not remember that the fishing port requires nets, and I don't think that we're producing any nets because I think they take rope. Yep. So here's what we're gonna do. We are going to set that to nets. We're gonna plop another guy in here. And how are we doing on reeds? There's still no stockpile of reeds. Okay. So we're just gonna leave it like that for now, and then I'm gonna turn this off, unfortunately. But luckily we're doing pretty good with food, so we'll just leave it at that for now. And then over here, let's go ahead and we can get our houses in here. So I'm gonna do that quick, and then I'll bring you back. All right, we got our houses lined up here. We only did a couple, 16, and then we have the apartment here. I like the apartments because now as we're getting there toward the middle end game a little bit. If we get down into this tree here, we can get the luxury apartments, and these are really great. So we're gonna get that eventually, of course. And once we do, then we can upgrade the apartment here to a luxury apartment, and then that's just better space. And so that's what we started with here. We got these people coming in. We do want another little spot for farms. So that's what we mentioned. That was like kind of one of our ideas of having the people out over on this side of the world. So let's go ahead and we'll do a line of road out this way. And we are going to get into a little bit of this action. So we're going to do lots of plantations out here. Plantations are just better right now for growing our stuff. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to leave that little space open right there, I think. And we'll go along here. Let's go with a couple rice fields. Let's go with a couple agave, and let's go with a couple flax. So we'll do 2 of each, and we'll get that going right away here. And then we can, like we talked about, doing a little mine. So let's go ore, and let's go with, in the wrong spot. Let's go with mine, and then we go with senior mine. It should fit right in here. It does, great. Okay, and that will get going here. And we'll use coal out of there, I think. And we'll export that. Oh, or you know what? We should do, we should probably do iron. And then we can start to get some more tools going. We're in the green with tools right now, but I would like to go a little bit higher, I think, with our cap. Let's go, not 100. I want to go 1,000. And then we can upgrade the tools in our farms and stuff to help. Oh, right here is what I'm thinking of. And we can go around and do that. We have a lot of spots that could use that stuff. So that's what I'm thinking. This is going to be a little bit of a project. We don't have, probably don't have the planks and stuff to make all this stuff. Or the workers to work all of it. So we got this little area built up over here. Everything's supposed to be turned off. It's kind of waiting again. We don't have any fishing nets, I don't think, produced. Let's see. Nope, not yet. So we're still waiting on rope here. So it looks like this guy is still waiting on reeds. This is kind of the little supply chain. You can see right there that we just need the stuff. We don't have the stuff yet. Over here we have our 2 plantations. We've just started. I realized that they're sitting for a little while. We got those guys back up and running, as well as our agave up here. So yeah, we're at 0, so we need to get something else going on to get the agave fixed up so we can start to have the alcohols coming in that we really need. These should not be sitting here with out of material signs, definitely not. And I'm really thinking about taking in these immigrants. So now that they're here, 25 immigrants. Maybe not. I want to because of our laborers, but this tells me not to, so I'm not going to yet. Well, they'll leave if I don't, so I'm not going to. We're going to pass on those guys again, just because I don't want to go further into the depths of not having anything. So we're just gonna leave it where we're at. I think that's what's helping me the most, is not taking in all the immigrants that I'm seeing immediately. So that's what we're gonna continue to do. So we got our carving workshop ready to go here. So we can do timber, we can do iron, gold, or jade. We don't have gold or jade yet, so I was thinking about doing iron. So let's go with iron statues, and we'll do 200. And then once that gets a little bit built up, we can do another caravan and go see Carlos, and then that would be really great. We should have a few more porcelains. Yeah, we're at about 1,200 porcelains right now. I could take these out of here, but now that we're talking about the ship that's here, let's just see what they have, see if there's anything we want to pick up. Doesn't really look like it. We could grab this feast just because it's here, but I'm just going to dismiss this. I don't think we're going to do any of that action this time. We'll let them go. Bye-bye, ship. And yeah, well, oh, this thing's ready to roll. So I'm going to turn that off since we need the workers right now. But I think that's going to be it for this episode. So I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you on the next episode of Settlement Survival. And I hope you have a fantastic and amazing rest of your evening, day, or night.